Aries, and welcome to your May 2018 Love Reading with Divine Love Tarot. I want to thank you guys for joining me today, whether it's your first time with me or your return viewer or subscriber. I want to thank you guys, and I hope that the message of this reading resonates with you. And if it doesn't, well, if it does, be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. But if it doesn't, then I would encourage you to check out your rising sign, your moon sign, and maybe even your Venus sign, because sometimes those planets are more prominent in your chart. All right, Aries, so this is a relationship reading between you and a specific person, okay? If you're cross-watching, then this is your energy, and this is the energy of the Aries. This is Aries, this is your energy, this is the other person, this is what's going on between the two of you, okay? So currently, the current energy between the two of you is the Devil in reverse, okay? So there's a situation here where either one or both of you have realized that this situation is either toxic or it was codependent or something about it has you feeling trapped, okay? The Devil in reverse represents letting go of emotional baggage, okay? So if you feel like you guys were emotional baggage or emotional baggage was in this relationship, then you guys are working on letting that go, okay? It's about detaching, okay? For some, it's recognizing that this cord, this bond, whatever you guys have, is kind of strangling you. For others, some don't realize it, okay? They just know that they feel trapped, but they don't even understand what's going on, all right? Because the devil is a trick, right? The devil tricks you into believing that something outside of yourself is controlling you. And sometimes we feel like that in relationships with somebody that we're so attracted to, or that we have these codependent kind of, I mean, toxic is toxic. When we have these addictions to people and addictions to dramatic situations or addictions to relationships that wind up hurting us, we tend to feel like there's no way we could be making those choices, but we are making those choices, okay? So Devil in reverse is about you realizing that you have the choice to get out of this situation, okay? Go ahead and clarify that. And we get the Ten of Swords, okay? So there's some sort of betrayal that happened here. There's abandonment, there's pain, there's loss. So this looks like a breakup to me, okay? For some of you, this is a breakup. Some of you may not break up. You may continue on with this toxic situation, but let's see what's going on with the rest of these cards before we make that determination. Now, what they're thinking, okay? What's going on with them is the Hanged Man, okay? So they're thinking that it's time to let it go. Okay, Aries, they're thinking that it's time to let go. They probably would rather fantasize about you than actually be in this relationship with you anymore. Okay, because they feel like they're trapped. The Hangman is about crossroads, okay? But with this picture of the hangman, right, this person knows exactly why they're hanging. They know exactly how they got here. They know exactly why they were caught up. So I feel like this person probably knows that the situation between you guys was toxic, probably knew it all along, and just, was going along with the ride, or just was caught up, because sometimes we get caught up. This person could even be a Pisces. But if they're not a Pisces, then definitely, they might even have felt victimized. They might even blame you and saying that, you did something to them, or, maybe you did do something, Aries. But they're feeling like, they can't go on with this situation anymore. I'm going to go ahead and clarify that position. So this is what they're thinking, okay? And we get the King of Swords. So definitely they're ready to move away from the situation. The King of Swords is clarity. It's mental clarity. It's no longer thinking of you in a lovingly manner, because the King of Swords rules with logic, okay? So they are logically trying to get themselves out of this situation. All right, they're saying, look, I can't trust my feelings anymore, okay? I have to try to think logically, because my feelings are what got me here. Because look here, what are they feeling? They're feeling stuck, trapped, conflicted. They still feel that bond, okay? They still feel connected to you. They still feel like, they're indecisive, they're confused, they're conflicted, because they are possibly very attracted to you, or you guys do have some type of a bond together. So it's like, despite whatever has happened between you, that they still feel that that's going to be something hard, but they know logically in their mind, they know that this is not a good situation. So let me go ahead and clarify what they're feeling. We got the Ace of Wands in reverse. So they've lost that love and feeling. They've lost the passion at least, okay? They're no longer, if there was a sexual addiction here, I feel like that is going away. Um, they're not motivated to be in this relationship anymore. Okay, they're not interested in sex, they're not enthusiastic. This is a no. When you see the Ace of Wands, it's just a no, okay? So they're really trying to shut down their emotions on the situation. They don't even care how they feel, okay? They're just like, no, I have no motivation to continue this, okay? They're just like, there's no more. I can't do it anymore. Moving on to what they're showing you, and we have Judgment in reverse. So Judgment in reverse is about feeling like you made a mistake. So if basically whatever they were showing before, they're now changed their mind. Okay, so if they were with you, Judgment is about walking away from the situation, because Judgment is the make it or break it time in a relationship. So in reverse, it's a change of heart. All right, if they loved you, now they're turning away. If they had turned away from you, some of them may be turning back to you, because despite the fact that they know this should be a no, and logically they know this is not a good situation, maybe this Eight of Swords is still keeping them here for you guys to go through some more mess a little bit more, okay? Let me go ahead and clarify that position. And we get the Hangman again. So they're letting it go. They're not coming back. They're letting it go. They're just like, there's nothing else here. I have to let it go. Okay, I feel like this, I mean, that is just like the Hangman again. It's emphatic. All right? They're making a decision. Um, Once again, you could be dealing with a Pisces. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. For you lucky Aries that are dealing with a Pisces and a Scorpio, God be with you. Okay, moving on to what you're showing. You're showing the Seven of Pentacles. So you're a little bit frustrated because you feel like your efforts have been wasted on this situation. You feel like you're waiting in vain for something. Maybe you're waiting for them to come back. Maybe you're feeling a failure because things haven't worked out. If this is an on again, off again type situation, you're probably waiting for them to come back. You're like, yeah, you said you were done, but you've said that a million times before. But it seems like they actually feel it this time. That's the difference, Aries. So for you, Aries have been in an on again, off again situation. If this isn't a permanent off, it looks like it's going to be an emphatic off. I think things, even if this person comes back, they're probably going to change, because once you see the King of Swords here and the Ace of Wands in reverse, it's really like something has really turned them off. Okay, something has really turned this person off. So even though they still feel bound to you, they're like, they know they have to let go of the situation. All right, and I don't know what happened, but the Ten of Swords, nobody wants to do that again, okay? Nobody wants to experience that. So if this was something that, and the only reason why I'm saying you, and if you're an Aries and you didn't do anything wrong, please don't be offended and hit me up and be like, I didn't do anything. But I see the Tower card here in reverse and what you're thinking, okay? And I remember the Aries reading for this month, and you guys had the Tower and what you were feeling, and it was like you were feeling destructive. So you might have said or done something that was destructive, okay? Because you probably subconsciously have relied on the fact that this situation has been, you guys have been linked and bonded, and no matter what has happened, things have fallen apart, they've fallen back together, off and again, on again, whatever the case may be. You've gone through a lot. So you took for granted maybe that this person would take more abuse, okay? And the only reason why I say that word, it could be emotional, mental, physical, whatever, is because the devil is present, okay? So let's not pretend like we don't know what the devil card represents. We have the Tower here in reverse. So if it was a if it was something where in the beginning of the month you did something that was destructive because you had that destructive energy going on in the Aries monthly love reading. Well, whatever you did, this other person is greatly affected by it to the point where they're like, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. I can't tell you if this person's going to come back, but everything and every position of this reading for them shows that they are ready to move on from this situation. The Ten of Swords is not, I mean, look at the imagery on this card, okay? How does this person come back from that? Even if this person can manage to heal from whatever this is, it's going to take them a long time. And I don't know anybody who would be too eager to sign back up for some more of that, okay? Now, I mean, if you were betrayed in this situation, Aries, then maybe this person hurt you because they're so calculating, and because they maybe were turned off. Maybe you feel a betrayal because this person is just up and walking away from you after all this time. All right, so it may not necessarily be you. The only reason, like I said, is because of the whole destructive pattern that I'm seeing here from the readings. But that's going to be for somebody specific or for a specific group of Aries, where somebody else, you were the one who was hurt because this person just had a sudden change of heart on you. Okay, so you're showing the Seven of Pentacles, and let's go ahead and clarify that. Okay, you're feeling very frustrated and just sad by this situation. Clarify that we get the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, you're feeling unloved. Okay, it's like you're waiting for something to happen. Some of you might be working longer hours, okay, to just not be home, to keep your mind off of this because you are so sad and frustrated by it. Now, moving on to what you feel, Aries. We've got the Two of Pentacles. So some of you are definitely juggling two people. Okay, and that's why I made that little comment about those of you who are juggling maybe a Pisces and a Scorpio. Okay, because I mean, an angry Pisces and an angry Scorpio. People sleep on water signs. They think water signs are wishy-washy and emotional. Yes, water signs tend to be emotional, and their emotions can lead them, back and forth because, you get the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. But one thing you do not want to do is cross a water sign, okay? Because the depth of emotion that they can feel, the depth of anger, the depth of viciousness, the depth of revenge, whatever it is. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer are, I believe, number one on the list of serial killers. Okay, so let's just think about that for a minute. You don't want to cross a water sign emotionally. So if you happen to be a lucky Aries that is dealing with this type of energy and juggling an Aries and a Pisces, I mean a Scorpio and a Pisces, I don't even know how you're managing right now. But you're juggling two people, or for those of you who are not that unlucky, you're juggling work and your emotions, okay? And right here, with you working a lot, it's like you're trying to work to keep your mind off of the fact that you feel emotional discomfort, okay? Um, you're not happy, but you're basically trying to avoid not feeling happy, okay? So you're trying to do things so that you don't have to feel that. Clarify that we've got the Five of Cups in reverse, okay? So while for some the Five of Cups can indicate healing from a situation and trying to focus on, what you still have left versus what was lost, in this emotional situation, I feel like the Five of Cups, it's not about seeing the bright side. I mean, it could be about seeing the bright side, especially if you know that this is a toxic situation and you know that this is not a good situation for you. But the fact that you're still kind of waiting around for this person to come back, to me, it leads me to feel like you are unable to let go. You're unable to heal from whatever hurt this situation has caused you, okay? Um, it's it's like you're hoping for a reconciliation, because the Five of Cups in reverse can equal reconciliation, making up with somebody from the past, okay? So It's almost like, yeah, you're trying to avoid feeling this, but that's really what's going on with you. Now, what are you thinking? Tower in reverse. You're probably thinking you shouldn't have done whatever it was that was destructive. Oh man, I probably shouldn't have done that, right? Um, but everything happens for a reason. And, you know, you've got the tower in reverse. You've got the devil in reverse. You've got some hanged mans. You've got judgment in reverse. So there's a lesson here. You know, this was something that was destined to happen, whether you think you have control over it or not. And, you know, you did what you did. There's no taking it back. But the tower is also thinking of how to delay the ending, okay? You're thinking that you're not ready for this to end yet. Um, but also with the tower, because it is about transformation and change, you probably are thinking that you have to change somehow, okay? And you're probably just not sure how to do it, okay? I'm going to clarify this, and I get the 10 of Pentacles. So you do think about security. You're thinking about your security. You're thinking about, you know, your family. Now, um, because the Ten of Pentacles is here in your thoughts, okay? So for some of you, you know, maybe you thought that you were going to have something secure and stable and long term with this person, okay? Or you maybe still think that you will. But until these issues are worked out, you know, you guys have got to work this out. Whatever this is has to be worked out before anything happens, because this person is basically despondent right now. Okay? They've like, if there was a card that just says turn my back, I feel like this person is just like, no, 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 no. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. You're like, damn. Uh-oh. Damn. You know, you're just like, but here you're like, well, you know, I thought we could. I think we could have something together. I hope they come back. I'm just going to wait a little bit cuz they always come back. I'm just going to go to work and keep myself busy cuz they're probably going to come back. That's that Aries confidence for you, right? You're just like, they're going to come back. Who's going to leave me? I'm Aries. But unfortunately, this time it looks like this person's hit their limit with you. Once you, I mean, okay, I don't know what the signs are, okay? I'm just speculating from what the cards are here. But if this is a situation, you know, for anyone, I don't have to specify a sign. Once you get someone to lack the motivation to be in a relationship, once they lack even sexual interest, you know, because that's basic. Sex is basic. It's one of the most basic bonds that people create with each other, and we give a lot of emphasis to it just because it feels good. But it's not hard to do. If you really, you know, wanted to, you could go out and get into a toxic relationship with a million other people if you had the time. Okay, so let's not fool ourselves into thinking that there's something special about being in a toxic or some type of bonded type of relationship. It is karmic. Okay, it is someone that maybe we were meant to meet in order for these things to play out so we could learn something about ourselves. But it's not something that's hard to find, okay? Because there's some people who all of their relationships have been toxic or karmic. That's just the life that they signed up for. That's just what, you know, what they've got coming to them. So my point is sometimes we put too much emphasis on these negative um interactions as like bonding, right? Like, oh, we've been through so much together. Well, that doesn't mean that you guys are supposed to be together. That doesn't mean that you're supposed to stay together. How can you have the tower in reverse next to the Ten of Pentacles? What are you thinking, Aries? Like, literally, what are you thinking? Okay? You're knowing that this is something that's going to end eventually. Okay, so if you can acknowledge that this is something that's going to end eventually, then why are you thinking about stability and having a family? Now, if this is a relationship that is a marriage, okay, then you're thinking about your responsibility in this marriage. And that makes perfect sense. So even though you know that it's going to end eventually, I think you're still like focused on your responsibility. That's why you're like, I'm just going to go to work and make even more money in case we do break up, and therefore, nobody will be hurt. Or, let me make sure I've got my bag secured. That's that new slang, the bag, get to the bag. But let me make sure I have my money secured so that if there is a breakup, I'll be okay. Now, for those of you Aries that are in a relationship where you were seeing someone else and maybe that's what caused this betrayal, you did what you did and you're thinking maybe you shouldn't have done it, but at the end of the day, if you are choosing or knowing that you have to make a choice between two people, you still understand that you have a responsibility here. You still have obligations. You still have a duty. So I don't think any of you are going to walk away from the duty and your responsibilities. And I think that's where maybe this toxic fallout, maybe this situation is with you and the outside person. Okay, so not necessarily your long-term partner, but once again, you know who this reading is about because you know who you have in mind. But from what I'm reading, it looks like maybe you had someone else and something happened and that person has decided they want to walk away. And even though you're upset or sad about it, there's really not so much you're going to do because you can't give them what they want because you already have obligations somewhere else. All right, that's going to resonate with someone also. So Aries, you guys always have like the most interesting readings, I swear. Um, That's been your May reading. If it resonated, guys, let me know in the comments. Like I said, if it didn't, go ahead and check out your moon sign, your rising sign. If you don't know those signs, you can hit me up. I can help you find that. Um, and if you want a personal reading that suits you, it's more tailor-made, then you can go ahead and contact me. There'll be a little eye icon on the right-hand side of your screen. You can email me at divinelovetarot@gmail.com, or my information is in the description bar below the video. All right, guys, so thanks for joining me, and I will see you at the next video. Bye, Aries.